Property owners will begin receiving notices of assessments in about 2 weeks. The government is now in its final stages of rolling out the implementation of the property tax regime. At today's post-cabinet media briefing, the Finance Minister, Colm Imbert, sought to clear up some misconceptions about the property tax, which is based on the annual rental value, not the sale or purchase price or the value of the property.
And figures then apply to the rental value. So if you take a typical property renting for, say, $5,000 a month, the annual rental value would be $60,000. That is then reduced by 10%. That's in the law. You reduce it by 10%. So that would then be reduced to $54,000, and then you multiply that by 3%, and you will get a little over $1,500 per year.
The minister assured that a comprehensive explanation of the tax and its implementation will be rolled out to the public for their edification. He said 240 people will be hired to do field assessments and other relevant duties to assist with the work of implementing the tax. The process of separating the Heritage and the Stabilization Fund has begun. This from the Minister of Finance, Colm Imbert, who said government has been receiving advice on the matter from expert parties and they are just about ready to roll out how it will be done.
In September 2016, we had a high-level forum with a number of stakeholders to have a discussion on the reform of the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. So this has been talked about for many, many years, but we are moving forward with this proposal to separate the Heritage and Stabilization funds into two distinctly different components.
The minister said the separation process will be governed by amended legislation which is in the process of being drafted. The finance minister also addressed issues relating to state-owned Petrotrin. He said the company currently owes $1.3 billion in taxes.
Petrotrin was not paying its taxes. It was allowed not to pay taxes from the year 2011 right up to last year. It was allowed to do that by the previous government. They chose to allow Petrotrin not to pay its taxes, and it's just wrong. So that this new government has insisted that Petrotrin must pay its taxes. So if you have royalties to pay, you must pay them.
He said his government insists that the state-owned company pay their royalties. The minister said the company has made huge losses.
The company lost money on its refinery operations between the years 2011 and 2016. Each year they lost a significant amount of money, somewhere in the vicinity of $600 to $700 million on refinery operations.
Mr. Imbert added these Petrotrin losses were not being accounted for properly.
And what happened in this year is the auditors finally decided that they no longer wished to continue carrying these losses as assets because they were not convinced that Petrotrin would be profitable in the near future. And having now become convinced of that, the losses had to be shown, where I am firmly of the view they should have been shown since 2013 or 2014.
The finance minister said the company is now being made to account for both its losses and its unpaid taxes.